Anybody, anything else on finance?
This is Mike Marr. I agree that putting citizen engagement software on the list is a good idea.
Okay, other general administration.
That's pages 54 and 55.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
This problem. The network service contract, that's why we're going.
Yeah, that's a big jump here. What, can you explain that?
Where is that? I'm sorry,
It's,
454 about.
52990, network service contract, please.
Well, we circulated some information last week. Looks like this. It's in the packet in front of you, which is a year-to-year look at the network service contract fees, not only in finance and other general administration, but other than police, if we get that point. The items in the reds are the changes from the previous years. And again, the underlying reason for these increases is that as we get to, it's in this packet.
Oh.
The handout. It's second from last page, I believe. You know, as we were replacing some service equipment as well as updating some of our IT infrastructure, some of these contracts had multiple year came with the equipment. Now they need to be renewed annually. So it's just a side-by-side comparison then on the changes between previous years and the current request.
So the ones in the three in red account for the difference? The Messenger, Archiver, Unitrans Cloud, and 40.
Short of just modest, like, price adjustment in certain software packets, but yes.
Is it 5,000 more from, so, but our projected is only 12.5, and we're going up to 21. Can't we go to 17.5 for those three?
Well, this
pieces?
is not subjective, it's required licensing, so again,
Oh, I know.
in 2019, this was our list, and then in
Are these
2020.
new? Are the red new, is that what you're saying? Either way, even if you added them all up, they're $5,000 more, right? If they were completely new. But we're going from a projected.
Well, they're 5,800 more, yes.
It's just something where we're just paying a license fee and there's really no room to move here. That's what I'm thinking of.
If-
Yeah,
if you
I'm
don't
saying
wanna
you fully fund
license your-
those, if you fully fund them and you go between projected and, so projected is actual for 2019. So these are the only other things, you would add that amount to the 19
Yeah.
and you would get a number plus a little bit of inflation, but I don't know why it jumped so much.
Well, this is a delineated list, it's really pretty firm.
I'm not sure there's any, wiggle room on that one.
I understand.
You understand what I'm
exactly.
saying, though, it's way different.
Yes.
And Tyler can correct me if I'm wrong, sometimes when particularly when servers are bought or some pieces of equipment, they sometimes have a 2-year warranty.
Or a 3-year
or
license.
Or a 3-year license built in, so then you have to go and then you're like skipping a year, so sometimes when
I
you see a
so get
difference.
that, but it's not on what he's saying is making up the difference in cost. If there was a warranty that we needed that wasn't available last year, that we didn't need last year, or whatever, it should show under other governmental, other general, right, in the breakout.
Yeah, and I, Tyler, again, can jump in if I'm incorrect, but one of the things we did this year in preparation for the IT RFP is went through to do a much more robust inventory of what was required, and for.
All I know is I can say is we asked our IT provider what are gonna be the 2020 rates of the service contracts, and the detailed list shows you what those fees are.
This other general admin,
Yeah, on
Right,
page,
so
what
we should-
page is that, 55?
Page
Yeah.
55.
In the detail, those are the exact rates that our IT provider told us, that's what the rates are gonna be in 2020.
so then we should do 12.5, which is, and add 5,800.
Well, the total
This
for
is
a
a
cost,
list of what the programmer is telling us we need. This is like what you're gonna have, subscriptions you're gonna have to pay for.
Yeah, I mean, unless we get rid of some of the software, we're gonna have to.
Oh, this is
No.
servers, this is not
This is not
software ready,
software.
this is network backbone.
Well, I understand, but I'm agreeing with Tyler and Mike. I mean, this is what we have to pay
But it's not showing
unless we
that.
wanna get rid of some servers.
Okay, but it's not, he's not saying there's more servers being purchased, he's saying these in red are the extras from last year, more than last year. So
Those
that-
are the changes.
Those are the changes,
From
all
the
the
budget,
changes.
budget to budget.
Fine, so what was the budget last year? Cause why are we projecting at 11.5, at 12.5? Budget was, okay, 14.58. If you add, you're saying, so you add 5,800, you get the number. Why are we at 12.5 this
Okay,
year?
maybe
I see what
you
you're
can
saying.
get her the list
That's fine.
where you're getting your projected number.
That sounds
Cause
good.
that's what she's asking, why is the projected number so different? The projected
These
number
are
of
the only
12.5
difference.
is so different from 21,375, so
Thank you.
you've detailed 14,585, apparently, can you detail the 12.5? Or
We
update your
can.
projection?
We can.
It's gonna say just this, here's the 3 extra costs.
Okay, okay,
I had a question on the village server one, there's no firewall software, are we running firewall software on that server?
Yes, it's just probably under warranty.
You'll see that all three servers have paid through 2020 indicated in the 2019 budget.
Okay,
So in 2021, there will probably be additional fees from the server, and that's an IT issue, we defer to DigiCorp on how that's managed.
Okay.
But you'll see additional line items pop in 2021 for the server fees as well for maintenance contracts,
all right.
where they're currently blank.
okay, yeah, you have another question?
I do it, but,
Oh,
Trustee
go ahead,
Pate doesn't.
I was just wondering, I know that I asked Tyler on the side, but several municipalities across the country have been victimized by ransomware, so I don't know where in our, if we're getting recommendations of anything that we should be doing differently, or if this is adequate, especially since we have an outside vendor.
Have you talked?
Is that that's a question?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we, so that's part of the strategy discussions that we have with IT. And that's built into some of the software, you know, obviously with the servers and that. I think there's another thing that we've been talking about is incorporating some training with, employees, part of our annual training, to incorporate just, you know, some general talk about what's been happening
Mhm.
with some other communities and like what
What that
links,
looks like, yeah.
what links you should red flag and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I mean, those are some things that we can just do internally.
Like anti-phishing type stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So much
so, and that
fun.
wouldn't have any budgetary impact, and they can, as a strategic partner, they can help identify what kind of training we can do.
You could probably find good stuff like that online too. Just for-
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I could probably find a YouTube clip that would be very sufficient if needed, so.
Or to compromise another municipality. Oh, sorry.
Do we have any other questions on other general administration?
I did, so, for gas, I'm just trying to figure it out, because one place goes up and the other place doesn't, like, locations.
Are you under?
So village, I guess, yeah, it would be page 54, gas village center, it goes up 1,000, but village hall doesn't. So what is our projection of why it would be going up? Rates are going up, that's fine, but.
No, I'm just, bear with me, I'm just trying to find her spot. Let me review my metrics on that, please, and I'll,
No problem.
Okay,
I'm sorry,
oh, go
but,
ahead.
the job posting, testing, hiring, what is that? Because it looks like in 2017, it was significantly higher and then dropped down. What is that for?
You wanna take that, Mark, or you want me to take that?
go ahead.
Typically when we, for any posting that's available, we'll, you know, that's for any postings online for the job position. If, any test is required, we do like drug screening for all employees, and then if we need a physical for DPW, that would be charged there. 2017, everything that went towards the, village manager search for Rebecca was put in there, including, interim manager costs for Larry Art. So that's why that is so much higher in 2017.
Larry, good old Larry.
Larry, come back, and discussion.
All right, now let's talk about that. All right. Okay, I think, have we kicked this one to death? I think so, okay. Let's move on to police.
That's page 57 through 61, I believe, 60.
Yeah, go ahead.
So parking fine revenues in the narrative says there's been anticipated decrease by 40,000. But if you go to projected on the next page for revenues, they're going up by 20,000 from this year. I understand budget to budget, I didn't look at that, because we collected 400,000 this year, in parking fines, or projecting to. And our adopted budget actually goes up from that number. Or-
Correct. Relative to the 2019 budget, though, that is 40,000 less.
But what are we projecting, that we're gonna have less or more?
Well, we're projecting in 2019, 400,000.
No,
and
no,
we're-
look at the numbers for a second. So does the police chief, is he here?
Yes.
Hi, police chief, Mario. Are you projecting that parking fine revenue current will go up or go down next year? Without looking at the numbers for a second.
Say that again.
So parking revenue for tickets, right? That's what they are, tickets,
Yes.
parking fines, okay. Do you project that they're going up, like you're gonna collect more of tickets, or you're gonna collect potentially less?
Than in 2019.
I would base it on issuance, because in my view, there's a difference between
Okay.
issuance and collection. So we've been projecting on issuance, we've been steady now a little bit more in the last year. So I would say our issuance should remain about the same as it is this year.
Okay, and which means fines would, if you base it on that?
I would defer to Mark on that number.
I mean, if
You
you look
understand.
on, if you look on service contract fees, it says Dunkin' ticket fees 1,200 times 5 times 12, so, but last year, that number was, so I'm assuming that, is 1,200 sound about, 1,400 sound about right for number of tickets issued? Because this year was 1,400, is the budget include a decrease
Thank
in
you.
the number of tickets issued?
Just the line item that you just said should show that.
Well, let me dodge that question a little bit.
No.
The revenue line item.
Hello. We
The
don't talk revenue.
The revenue line item presumes that we have made some improvements from early 2019 throughout this year, so that these improvements now should be consistent through all of 2020, which is why we're seeing a $20,000 increase in the revenue projection.
Yeah, but hold
The-
on.
Why don't you let him just
Go ahead.
finish
The
it?
Duncan citations issued is based straight out of the monthly reports for Duncan on the fees. So I scheduled those out and I averaged them and I
You should correlate.
projected. So it's just two slightly different sources. They're correlated, but they're
But do you
different
understand what trustee Mint is saying?
metrics.
And the chief. Chief is saying he bases his projections on how much we're gonna collect based on how much we issue. Our budget is showing that we're issuing because we pay to issue each ticket, correct, through Duncan, and is Duncan going down for issuance?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it was
which means we're
1,400,
projecting
now
a
it's
decrease
1,200.
in how many we issue. And if we're projecting a decrease, then we should be below 400,000, which is our projected for 2019. If we're projecting an increase, then we should be at 420. 420 is fine, but I don't know that we were projecting an increase.
Yeah, I'm confused, I mean, cause shouldn't both numbers be projected based on the number of tickets that are issued?
Yeah.
Conceptually, yes. Yes, and conceptually they are. It's just aligning both line items up to what the current metrics are. And I just can't speak for if we used a $1,400 number last year, and I did a new trend average of what we've seen this year, and that number is now 1,200.
Unless
You know, I
rates
just-
changed. Based on issuance.
I'm doing trend analysis, so If there was an oversight in last year's budget that creates this perception of discontinuity, you know, I apologize for that, but the current numbers, we believe, are based on current trends.
Okay, I put it on the list and bring it down to 400,000, and if you could run those, just see what that does to issuance. Does
You
it make-
wanna reduce the revenue to 400,000?
If the issuance of tickets is going down, projected to go down, then I wouldn't budget for more revenue than we are getting this year. Because if you were issuing more tickets, if you felt that that was, you know, you can step it up, we have a more, the staff has become more efficient, or we have some new software, whatever it may be, then I would say revenue will go up. But if you're gonna issue about the same or less, I can't imagine unless we raise the rates of parking rents.
I'm a little bit concerned about parking overall and how much, I would like to understand, and I don't know if the parking study is gonna get to this, but how much we are spending to manage both our on-street parking, our lot parking, and for example, and versus how much we're taking in, cause I mean, if we're actually subsidizing with tax dollars people's parking, I would like to, I think the numbers are all in the budget, but they're all in different places in the budget. But, I mean, one question I had, I don't know, Allison, if you asked what percentage was of the citations were from night parking? And,
I did wanna know that.
what?
I did wanna know that.
Right, and I mean, cause so the CSO, she's just going around during the day, correct?
No, she's doing the night.
Somebody doesn't have
So,
any.
so this table from the materials that went out earlier in the week,
She's just one person, you just have
We
one.
have two.
Oh, like one,
Yeah,
yeah.
one works, starts at 3 AM, one works till 11, and the other one works from 11 AM to 7 PM.
So it's not like she
Oh,
can,
okay.
unless we're raising rates or we're increasing our staff, you know, production ability or some kind of